Hey, what's up, guys? My name's Peter, and today we're going to dig into exactly why Instagram is so hard to delete, why it's absolutely evil, and why it's fucking up your life. So let's dig in. Hey, guys. So, Instagram. Let's dig in. Most of you guys probably don't want to hear about this, but we're going to dig into the pros and the cons of Instagram, why this is something that might possibly be a negative influence on your life. Maybe you've heard that before, but we're going to dig into the specifics and give you some good reasons here. And then also some of the positives, right? What context is Instagram useful for, right? What is this actually going to help you with? And what is it taking away from, right? So the first thing that Instagram is going to take away from in your life overall is just that connection with people, right? You are having this illusion of connecting with people that's not really happening on a deep, meaningful level, right? It's a like here, it's a heart here, it's something that's very superficial. You have a counter, right? You have a counter of fucking likes, you have a counter of shares, you have a counter of comments. It's very easy to get caught up in this trap of getting those little dopamine hits, right? Every time you see a like, you're like, oh, yay, like. Right? Or, oh, somebody commented on my thing. I must be so important now. Everybody thinks I'm great. I must be so important, right? And everybody's trying to live through that importance. Everybody wants to be important deep down. This is one of the truths in how to win friends and influence people. This is one of the things they found out about it really influencing people is they want to feel important. And so if you're communicating with somebody in any context, if you are using this to your advantage where you are aware of the fact that everybody wants to be feel important, and you use that in your communication and you make them feel that way, they're going to be much more reciprocal and want to help you out, right? So Instagram's playing off of this as well. They must have read that book, but basically that validation trap is very real and it's very easy to fall into. So even if you're the type of person that doesn't normally fall into this validation of feeling better when other people are, liking you or agreeing with you or interested in you, basically over time it's going to be the exact same as the classic self-help adage of the 5 people that you surround yourself with, you become the average of, right? So you, as a person who maybe doesn't live through validation, as a main way of living, if you're not a people pleaser, either way, you're going to eventually, if you have enough exposure to that, you're going to fall back and regress, right? You're going to regress more into that. Because even if you're a person who lives by principles, even if you're a person who really is detached from that outcome, from those, validation hits, you're still at a certain level going to have those little chips away at the wall, right? The fortifications you've built up. So over time, whether it's 2 years or 5 years or 2 months or whatever it is, you're eventually going to fall into that kind of unconscious habit pattern of trying to get those little dopamine hits from those likes, or when you're just scrolling kind of mindlessly, whether you're at the doctor's office or wherever you're at, you have these moments where you just don't have stimulus and you want that stimulus, right? And that's that's the second reason why Instagram is really not good for you. It's really worth deleting, honestly, because if you're not able to think about this, if you're not able to sit down and just be there and accept all the little moments that's happening and see all the little things that's happening. The kids going and playing with the toys and the mom yelling at him. And you're subconsciously right there, you're learning about how to parent, right? You're learning about, how's this kid reacting? What's this person doing? Blah, blah, blah. You're learning more from that fucking stupid video that you're watching. Even if it's a somewhat helpful video, you're learning more by being focused and attentive to the actual reality around you if you're paying attention, right? But when you're not paying attention and you're on your phone and you're on the Instagram, damn, I sound old. But when you're on Instagram and you're flipping through, it doesn't give you that same experiential information, right? It's not actually real. It's more fabricated. So that brings me to the next reason why Instagram is not helpful, because it gives you a fabricated reality. It's not a real tangible thing. So think about it like this: these Instagram models, or anybody who's really, really good at Instagram, spends a lot of time on there. Basically, what's happening is they'll spend, I don't know, I think 1,000 photos in a shoot is pretty small. I don't know how many pictures they take. It's well over that. They're taking so many pictures to try to get that perfect shot that encapsulates exactly that moment that they're trying to portray. And the lighting's got to be good, the smile, the face, the emotion has to be good. And so it's so fabricated when it's put up there. And this is even the worst of it. My buddy Justin, who was on this past podcast, came over and he was telling me about an experience that he had with an Instagram a girl on Instagram. And I was gonna say model, but I don't think she was a model. Basically just looked really good. He's like, wow, she looks amazing. I'm so excited to meet up with her. Wow. And he meets up with her and he's like, are you kidding me? What is this? This is not the same person. What happened here? How is this so far from what I saw on the pictures? And he looked into it and he told me, he's like, I found out that there's apps that, change the dimensions of the photos, and they make you look small. They make the girl look skinnier and the arms look smaller. And they have makeup that changes the contours of their face so that at a certain angle they look, like way better, but that's not what they actually look like in real life. So, they're essentially living a lie through trying to get those dopamine hits, through trying to get that validation, right? Everybody is susceptible to that, right? I was definitely, when I was in my early 20s and before, where I was just really living my life as a people pleaser, and I didn't have the satisfaction that I wanted because I couldn't create any meaningful relationships because I was too afraid to actually be myself. I was just always trying to be what I thought other people wanted. And so it's a very easy trap to fall into. And that's really why Instagram, at a core level, is chipping away at things that actually matter. It's chipping away at things that are going to be healthy habits in the end. And it changes your brain habits, reward systems, and chemistry to give you that instant gratification versus giving you stuff that's going to be long-lasting, that long-lasting gratification, which basically takes hard work. It's hard on the front end, and it's very much more rewarding on the back end. It's like watching a concert versus being a musician and playing the show. Being there and enjoying it is amazing, and you can think about it later, and that's a great experience, but it would not compare to being on that stage, doing it and living that dream that took all the hard work and dedication to get to that point. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. And it's up to you. Are you going to delete Instagram? Are you going to just cut it off and delete all your 500 followers or your thousands of followers or whatever? Is that going to happen? Are you going to do that? Did this convince you? Does that make sense? What are your objections to? Tell me your objections. Put those in the comments. Let's talk about it. And hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe for more content in the future, and take care.